Hi kids, Uncle Cranky here. You know, since starting my blog and YouTube channel, the one thing people have said to me is, with a name like the Cranky Old Gamer, you sure aren't very cranky. Well, up until now, I haven't really had much excuse to be. Let me tell you a little story. On February 20th, Sony unveiled the PlayStation 4 in a big 2-hour conference that was live streamed across the world. By now, I can only assume you've heard about it, maybe even watched the conference yourself. They revealed the DualShock 4, their general core philosophy for the platform, its many functionalities, as well as several of the third-party companies supporting it, along with their newest games. Personally, I was completely blown away by the majority of this conference. The system itself sounds like it's everything I could possibly want from a console, with none of the chaff that I don't want. The games look amazing, and I love that they're learning from their mistakes with the PS3 and tailoring the console to the developers, not making the devs tailor to the console. Instead of saying, here's our new toy, now make games for it, they're saying, what would you like to see our new toy feature? And when the devs spoke up, they listened. As I said, I loved every minute of it. I live tweeted the whole thing honestly and objectively, and when it was over, I went to the internet to talk with people about how awesome everything was. Well, it turns out everyone was pissed. A wave of hate was pouring off of Reddit. The gaming blogs were singing the console's praises, but their comment sections were filled with "it sucks" vitriol. Twitter was a vast ocean of snarky, pithy snipes. I mean, I kind of expected some petty comments from the other console heads, like, Xbox's Major Nelson, Larry Herb. Of course, I couldn't help but laugh that a lot of the Nintendo fanboys were citing various fake Reggie Twitter accounts as actual quotes, but that's beside the point. Instead, what I saw was nothing but a bunch of whiny, entitled gamers bitching about any little thing they could find. Primarily the inclusion of features they don't have to use, because, how dare other people want them? Or not being able to see the box that the system is housed in, which, probably isn't finalized yet. Even worse were the sheer number of people saying, well, I didn't watch this or hear what they had to say, but here's my misguided opinion based on taking these pictures out of context. Okay, to those haters out there, I would like to offer one little piece of advice. Shut the fuck up. Let's get something straight, folks. This was an announcement, a reveal. Sony's not going to give us all of the information yet. Frankly, I'm shocked they gave us as much as they did, rather than waiting till E3. And it was a goddamn amazing announcement. They gave us more information than buzzwords. They got some really great devs to come out. They got Bungie and Blizzard to talk about their new games on a Sony console. That's fucking unheard of. Blizzard hasn't put a game on a console since, I think Diablo on the original PlayStation. And Bungie, I mean, come on. They've always been a Microsoft company, and now they're making Destiny cross-platform. That's amazing. Frankly, I wasn't even expecting this much. I expected, an hour and a half of some new PS3 games, a little bit of Vita stuff. Oh, here's our new marketing scheme for PlayStation Store. And then at the very end, a big teaser. Dun, dun, dun! PS4! And then tell us nothing about it. The corporate buzzwords, a little pomp and circumstance, but no real meat. Instead, we got 2 whole hours dedicated to this new console. We got way more information than anyone expected. A lot of people whined about how they don't want the PS4's new share functions, like being able to stream your games live or watch your friends play. They hate that you can be playing a game and let a friend miles away take the wheel and control your game. Your PSN ID is going to be a whole social network, like a console-based Facebook. Sony was pretty clear that these new social options are options. I will say this clearly. You do not have to use them. If you don't want to share, stream, or spectate, nobody's forcing you. They're not going to put a gun to your head. You can totally ignore these functions like they never existed. I, for one, I would rather have options I don't want to use then want options and sit there and go, man, I wish this could do that. No. They have these awesome options. You know, and if that's not your thing, focus on some of the other stuff. You know, you can ignore them. Focus on the games, you know, like Killzone, Shadowfall, Infamous, Second Son, Drive Club, if you're into that. I mean, come on, there was a lot of really good stuff released. You can enjoy the fact that the specs are based on current mid to high-end PCs. I mean, it's got 8 gigs of GDDR RAM. But no. No, you want to find things to bitch about. The only argument that I did have sympathy for, at first, was that they hadn't revealed the console. Even the usually nice Major Nelson was kind of a tool about that one. Spoiler alert. It's gonna be a plastic box with contours. Maybe it'll be black. Maybe it'll be gray. Maybe it'll be green with pink polka dots. If you're worried about what the console will look like and whether it'll match your decor, maybe you shouldn't be buying a fucking game console. You should be buying a subscription to Martha Stewart's Living. And people said, well, I bet they're not showing it because the whole console will be download-based and won't use discs anymore. They just don't want us to see that it doesn't have a disk drive. No. Sorry, guys. Devs have already confirmed that the system has an optical drive. It's a Blu-ray drive. And Sony already confirmed that it'll play backwards compatible games. People were immediately bitching about this, you know, right after the conference, and execs gave an interview, like, shortly. I mean, I can cite my sources. I will put it right here in the annotations. They were cryptic about it, but they flat out stated, the PS4 can play used games. Awesome. Yeah, the patent they put out a few months back for blocking used games, it was something for something completely different. So for fuck's sake, chill out. People stop pouncing on rumors as fact. Sony just announced this. They haven't answered all of our questions yet, but the PS4 doesn't come out until Christmas. They still have plenty of announcements to make between now and then. Just because Pones Your Mom 69 posted on the forums, man, I hope the PS4 doesn't murder my pets, does not mean the PS4 will murder your pets. The PS4 has a disk drive. It will not block used games. It will not murder your pets. Chill the fuck out. God, people are so goddamn entitled now. I mean, you people realize that these companies don't owe you a goddamn thing, right? They're not tailoring a gamer console to your special little snowflake needs. They're a business, and they are putting out a technology that will best capture their ideals in the gaming market. Decades of market research, trend watching, and monitoring feedback have gone into this thing. I mean, seriously, I'm old. When I started gaming, we didn't have online, we didn't have social connectivity, we didn't have polygons, we didn't have sensitive analog sticks, wireless Bluetooth controllers, rumble features, motion sensing, 3D spatial cameras. We had pixels the size of your thumbnail and an interface comprised of one stick and one button. When I was a little kid, we saw the NES, and the graphics were so good we thought it looked like a real cartoon. Don't even get me started with the Super Nintendo and the Genesis era. Fucking mind-blowing! Now we have people complaining that there's a completely optional function on this system that'll allow you to share your gaming experience with people all over the world seamlessly. You have any idea how goddamn amazing that is? And if you don't like it, allow me to reiterate. You do not have to use it. And the people talking about the possibility of the system being download only, to an extent, I get it. I mean, I used to like physical media. I like being able to loan my friends my discs or borrow theirs or bring games to a friend's house or, of course, buy and sell used games to places like GameStop. Hell, just recently I got to play Far Cry 3 because I borrowed my roommate's copy for the Xbox. Awesome. I like that. I do. I mean, admittedly, I'm a little less sympathetic because I've been using Steam for a couple of years now, so having downloaded games without a physical media has been a fact of life for me that I got used to long ago. I mean, the very fact that we have this technology should be incredible enough. I mean, I have a little box next to my television that allows me to purchase a nearly limitless selection of movies, music, and games without ever having to leave my house. Just having it beamed directly into that little box from the ether or the spirit world or the dark side of the fucking moon. I don't have to lift a finger more than a fraction of an inch. And now they're showing us technology that makes all of that look archaic. I mean, streaming movies has only been around for, what, 5 years? 6? Now you can stream full games without exerting any effort on your part. And you want to complain? God. For me, the PlayStation 4 conference was amazing. I'm not without any skepticism or doubts. I didn't lap it up like a Sony fanboy, but as a consumer, I was deeply impressed. The games they announced looked great. The visuals made me nearly shit my pants. The social content made me actually want to be a more social gamer. Yeah, there were a lot of tech demos, but god damn were they impressive tech demos. I mean, did you see the Unreal 4 engine demo where they dropped 1 million little objects onto a 3D scene and it tracked and moved every last one of them without a hitch? 1 million! Each with its own little polygons. That's fucking amazing! And while I can't stand racing games, it's totally not my thing. The fucking Cars and Drive Club, they just made me drool with awe. I mean, fuck. The tires, the paint flecks, the way the light refracted off the lights. You know what I'm saying. I don't do cars. But oh my god, it just you could feel the texture of the leather with your eyes. And the real-time animated creepy old man, I mean, how awesome was that? The way his skin and hair move smoothly, just... I mean, this is like Hollywood movie-level special effects in gaming. Funny thing is, watching that, I mean, how the face moved, I mean, not to put down Quantic Dream, but all I could think is with that kind of technology and facial movement, oh man, the Elder Scrolls 6 is gonna be fucking mind-blowing. And you know, as I said, they revealed the DualShock 4. Look at the DualShock 4. Look at it. Oh my god, that's a sexy controller. It looks like the best parts of the DualShock 3 married with the best parts of the Xbox 360 controller. I marvel at those beautiful side grips, the shoulder triggers, the ever so slightly concave separate D-pad buttons. Look at that center touchpad that says, I'm here to help, but I won't get in your way. Can you believe people are complaining that it's a touchpad and not a touch screen? Come on! I mean, also, I find it, a little interesting that they've finally done away with the select and start buttons that have been a controller mainstay since, since the NES came out in 1985. Xbox kind of bucked that, making it start and back, but for the most part, I mean, it's been start and select for almost 30 years. Anyway, I mean, it's semantics. They're now the share and options button. They're the same buttons, different names, but still, I mean, it's bucking a trend a little bit. And that nifty little light bar underneath, that looks slick. I like that. And they say not only is it going to be used for the PSI, the new PSI, to track motion, kind of like the Kinect, but also it's going to change colors to signify whose controller is whose during multiplayer. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's not game-changing, but it's kind of cool. I don't know. Maybe I'm just easily impressed. So anyway, calm down, gamers, please. There was so much to love in that announcement, and most of the complaints you're making are kind of weak arguments. I'm not saying don't be skeptic. I'm not saying you shouldn't question things. Hell, I'm concerned about the price point. I'm concerned whether they'll be able to deliver on most of those promises. I'm optimistic, but I mean, like Microsoft's Kinect promises and reality. I mean, if you remember, like Milo and all the amazing things they said we'd be able to do with a Kinect, and it kind of sucks. But promises versus reality, they've left me burned and jaded in regards to the Media Molecule demo with the sculpting and making the old man and a little girl dance with the guitar. I was watching that whole thing and I couldn't help wondering, like, okay, we're watching them play it as it happens on screen. Okay, I get how they're moving the characters, but like, what about the little subtle nuances, like how their arms and legs are moving, or how here his face is following the guitar and now he's watching the little girl? How are they doing that? I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just curious. how that's happening. Still, I mean, it was their sculpting demo, that was pretty amazing. Come on. Plus, I really like Sony's new philosophy of simple, personalized, immediate, integrated, and social. That sounds like something I can get behind. I just... The immediate thing, I mean, I get it, but it also kind of bothers me. Like, I'm trying to think of how to explain this. Going back to the whole, I can't believe this technology is available, let alone that we're bitching about it. I have all the systems. You know, I have a PS3. I have an Xbox 360. And I will admit, I'm guilty. I've sat there waiting for the PlayStation Store to load. And going, oh my God, come on. Just fucking load already. But every single time I stop and I think about it, and I'm like, wait. I'm sitting here waiting for something to load that will allow me to purchase films, music, and games through my television. I mean, come on. And it's like the whole, I don't know if you've ever seen the Louis C.K. bit about this, and I'm going to actually post this in the annotations, but we have this amazing technology. Why are we bitching about it? We can't wait a few fucking seconds? Like, this is like amazing. And we're sitting here for 5 seconds going, oh, this sucks because I have to wait 5 seconds. So, the immediate part, I get it. On a deeper level, I think it's unnecessary. But hey, if they can fix it, cool. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I genuinely feel like this is a very exciting time to be a gamer. I mean, we're officially entering the 8th generation of gaming consoles, and the possibilities are endless. Just have a little faith, chill the fuck out, and let's play some goddamn video games, alright? Thanks for listening.